Hey everyone, it's Rob from Hypop and welcome back to another video. In this one, we're unboxing and taking a closer look at the Godox R200 ring flash for the AD200 and the 200 Pro. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more videos just like this. Hit the notification bell to be updated of any new content we release. Leave a like on the video if it's helped you. Feel free to leave down in the comments section below your thoughts, or if you have any questions about the Godox R200 ring flash. Follow us on socials, the links are down below, and visit our website, hypop.com.au. Let's get into it. So I've got with me the Godox AD200 ring flash, and this is a brand new accessory for the Godox AD200 and 200 Pro systems. So I'm sure you're all familiar with those particular lights. Those are the compact 200 watt portable and battery operated flashes by Godox. So these are definitely one of the most popular flashes by Godox, as well as, just being one of their most versatile systems. So it's exciting to see a brand new accessory so many years down the track from when this was released, and now we have this brand new one here, which is the Godox R200. So what that shows is really that Godox is still continuing to create new products, even for some of their older systems. So it's good to see Godox still supporting these older systems, because obviously being a photographer, there's always the latest and greatest thing that comes out and the newest flash or the newest camera, and sometimes it just sort of gets fallen by the wayside and it doesn't get supported anymore. So it's good to see that there's a brand new accessory for the Godox AD200. So here's the box itself. You can see it's a ring flash. So there's only a couple of other ring flashes in Godox's system, including the R1200 for the Godox AD200 Pro. They also have a ring flash for their P2400. They have some smaller ring flashes too, which I think is the MF-R76. So this is a stronger ring flash. It's a more practical ring flash for photographers. It's perfect for portraiture, perfect for product photography, macro, good for medical shooting. So many different ways that you can use it. So let's unbox this and see what's inside. So as soon as you open, you can see it shows what's actually included with this particular flash. You've got the ring flash head, the bracket, and a few other accessories. So let's jump in. Firstly, we've got the instruction guide here, and we've got the ring flash itself, and it's got a cable here that connects, and it looks like you can swap out the heads there for the Godox AD200. This is the umbrella mount, so it allows you to feed an umbrella through the center. And also the mounting bracket. So this is the mounting bracket that obviously supports the flash as well as supports the camera too. Now you've also got a few screws here, and these screws allow you to mount everything together there through the bracket. And you also have a cross carry bag here. So this is to hold the AD200 and 200 Pro, and that's here on the side of the package. And that's pretty much it. So you can see it lines up and matches up with everything here. So this carry bag is actually called the CB57. That allows you to sort of shoulder carry your AD200 or 200 Pro. So it's sort of out of the way when you're using this entire setup with your camera and the ring flash. So now just running through some quick features of the R200 flash. It's got an output rating of 200 watt seconds. It also has a CCT rating of 5800 Kelvin plus or minus 200K, so it's a natural daylight light. There are color correction gel kits available for this particular light that are sold separately, so depending on if it throws a more green or magenta cast, you can color correct it, and that's something that needs to be tested. Now there is a modeling lamp that's available with this particular flash, and it has 20 LED bulbs there, and it produces a output of 10 watts, or approximately 1300 lux at 0.5 meters. This has 3 different power outputs, so it's low, medium, and high. And it has a rating of, a CCT rating of about 4500 Kelvin plus or minus 300K. So it is a little bit more on the warmer side there for the modeling lamp, but essentially you'll be using that if it's in a low light situation, I suppose. So if you're doing macro in low light, it's good to use, or even just gaining focus in low light too. And you also have compatibility, obviously, with Godox's AD200 and 200 Pro system, so it only works with this particular system. Now, the ring flash itself is 18.8 centimeters in diameter, so approximately 7 inches or so, and it does have an opening here that will fit most lenses. It's something that you can test, but we've tested with some standard lenses, so something like a 24-70 or 70-200. They all seem to fit fine here, and pretty much all prime lenses in between there. I've heard of a few other Sigma lenses. I believe it's the 105mm that doesn't fit in here, so the majority of the lenses out there in the market will definitely fit this, as well as the bracket suiting most camera systems, including wireless, mirrorless, and DSLR systems too. Now the overall unit itself weighs about 0.6 kilos, so about 640 grams, I believe, and it's relatively lightweight. But you can imagine if you have a pretty large camera and lens setup, anywhere that weighs a kilo and a half, that will definitely start to add weight. In most cases, if you're not, shooting the whole day with it, you won't notice it, I suppose, but it's something to take note of. Now to set up the R200 flash, firstly, if you've got an AD200 unit, all you need to do is just take off the Fresnel head or any other head that you've got mounted there. And that obviously allows you to mount this extension part here, or the head part of the R200. Now, when you receive the R200, you'll actually have this little cover that you need to slide off, and that reveals obviously the mounting points there. But on this cover, it actually states that it's suggested for you to upgrade your AD200 to the version 2.4, and also for the AD200Pro to version 1.4 or above for perfect light effects for the R200. So assuming this firmware update helps with better compatibility with the AD200 models. So to double check that on your unit, actually, if you've got an AD200Pro, what you need to do is just hold down on the mode button while turning it on, and it will reveal the version here. So this particular unit's only a 1.1. So what I'd suggest is definitely to jump online onto Godox.com to download the latest firmware update and update that via your computer, your PC, or your Mac as well. I know they have two different versions. Now I think, some of their software, I think it's called the G1 and the G2 software, isn't compatible with Mac. So if you are using a Mac, you may need to use, something like Parallels to have that installed in Windows, or borrow your, a friend or family member's PC. Now, to mount this, all you need to do is to slide that into place, just like any other head. That slides into place there, and that now powers the system. So you can see there, it's a relatively lightweight and easy system to use. Now, obviously you have this extension cable here, and you can remove this little, tie there, the cable tie, and that reveals the cable there too. So you can have this extended on a stand, so you can have the body away from the flash head itself, or you can have this, used as a sort of portable setup on location. And to do that, you can use the provided CB57 shoulder bag here for the AD200, and you can mount this on the top here. Now the great thing about this setup here is that, they've obviously made all the openings here compatible with the flash perfectly, because it's a Godox product. So you can see you can just click that into place. The cable hangs out from the top here. You still have access to the sync port on the side here, as well as the firmware update port. You've also got the bracket, the mounting point here, the 1/4" thread, and also obviously access to all the controls there, as well as the optical sensor at the bottom there too. So that's really neat. The only other thing you don't have access to really is the battery. So if you're wanting to change out the battery, you'll need to still remove the unit itself. But yeah, you're pretty much good to go there, and then you can switch that on there, and that automatically goes into just all your regular modes for the AD200. And immediately, if we hit the test button here, that's firing off now. That's currently on TTL, so let's put that into manual mode here. Okay, put that on a higher intensity. And you can see that's powering more as well. So there's also a question, I suppose, with how powerful the R200 is as opposed to the Fresnel head. Obviously, you can see the different shapes of this head here. If you also add the barebulb too. The barebulb and the Fresnel head have a more concentrated output. So obviously coming from a smaller light source here, the light's going to be a little bit more concentrated, therefore a little bit more powerful, as opposed to the R200, which will be a bit of a wider throw, a nice even round throw. It also produces, almost shadowless type lighting, which is really aesthetically pleasing, especially for macro photography and portrait photography. However, you are losing a bit of output because of the size of the light source and also the throw of the light source too. So that's something to keep in mind when you're using this particular light. And of course, lastly, you're just gonna have to mount this to the bracket. So if you're wanting to use this obviously with a camera or mount it to a stand, you can open this up. So there's some knobs here on the side that open up. And then you've also got some knobs on the bottom here that loosen the horizontal axis here that allows you to sort of, you know, distance the actual R200 from the camera body. Then what you do is you would mount, there's a few little lineups here that you can actually line up the bracket to the R200 flash. And there's little screw mounts too that you're able to screw in with the provided screws. So let's do that. There's a couple of washers as well. So just get the screw, add the washer. And just do the other side. And there you have it, it's as simple as that. So if you actually wanted to collapse this, you can do the reverse and just loosen the knobs on the sides there, and that collapses it down like so. So it's pretty sort of flat setup and easy to sort of pack away when not in use. So now another accessory we have here is also the umbrella mount. And how you would use that is you would have to remove these screws that have mounted to the R200 ring flash. And those screw points there are actually right at the center anyway, so that's nice and easy. So that means when you're lining up this umbrella mount, it'll be right in the center as well. That lets you feed that umbrella through. And you'd only be using that umbrella if you're going to be mounting this to a stand. So if you're using this as off-camera flash, which in some cases you may, that'll be perfect for that. So let's just do that now. There we go. So we've got the umbrella mount all installed now onto the bracket here, so you can feed an umbrella stem through there and use the locking knob at the top to tighten. And that's great because it's compatible with, you know, umbrella modifiers which are perfect on location. They're really easy, nice, quick setups for lighting modifiers in the studio as well. You know, some popular ones that we know of are the Godox ones here, like the UB-85W and S, which is like an 85 centimeter parabolic, and all the different sizes too. Now at the bottom of the bracket here, you have a 1/4" 20 thread as well as a 3/8" 20. So you can mount these directly to light stands that have, you know, the right mounting point. And lastly, you have the little locking wheel here that allows you to mount the camera. Now to mount a camera, you need to remove that umbrella bracket first, so you can feed the lens through. So here we've just got like a smaller APS-C. This is the A6400. You can see that'll fit right in the center there. And what you need to do is firstly mount the camera. We've got a little camera cage on this, so we'll just need to find a 1/4" thread mounting point. And you can slide this screw thread here side to side, so you can get it perfect to exactly where your camera needs to be. So I've got that on one of the threads here, but what I've found is that I'm hitting the bottom of the ring light already in the center. So what you can do is loosen the screw threads here and then move the bracket upwards, and that gets it right in the center there. And then also sliding this bracket sideways to just position it perfectly. There we go, so that's mounted now with the camera. So also what you'd want to do is have the lens sort of right at the edge here, or right at the entrance of the center. So what we would do is also loosen the horizontal axis here from the back, and then slide the camera body in a little bit too. So just depending on your lens, having that perfectly set up there. So this is a relatively lightweight setup because obviously it's a smaller camera body, but having this around and still, you know, the ability to use ring flash on location with the AD200Pro is really a handy feature to have. And then obviously the ability to also shoot this off camera with Godox's X triggers, so the X1, X2, and X Pro. This will be compatible because this will talk to the AD200 and 200 Pros here, allow you to fire it off camera with the use of the umbrella bracket. Here you can have this as also a studio light or a portable on location light with a stand setup too. Now, if you were to have this with sort of a portable setup and you want this near to you, you can use this shoulder strap here and attach it to the bottom here. Now, I guess you can mount the camera body in any which way here. So right now I've got it sort of, so the LCD screen's at the bottom here, and it's exposed and you have quicker access to all of those things there. But you could also flip it around too, I suppose, and have it used that way. It just depends. So right now I can have this hanging down low. There we go. And then we'd basically just have that hanging so that's nice and close to you when you're out shooting. Or you can also hang this obviously off a light stand, depending on you know, how you're using the light. Now, with a brand new system for the AD200Pro in the Ring 200 or R200 flash, you also have a bunch of different accessories that Godox has released that are all compatible with this particular model here. So you have the carry bags. Obviously you can purchase this carry bag separately if you don't already have one. It's called the CB57. There's also a larger kit bag, which is called the CB56. And that one there houses everything you see here. Plus there's also a reflector. It's called the RFT-25S. So that's a larger metal reflector there for the ring flash. And that's a hard sort of reflector that fits in that case as well. Now you can buy that in a kit too. So there's also an R200 kit. So this is just the standard R200 setup here inside the box, but there's also the R200 kit that includes that reflector with it as well. Now the reflector itself has some honeycomb grids, and these are available in 20 degrees, 30 degrees, and also 40 degree variants. You do also have that color correction gel kit as well, which I mentioned. And doing a few tests, I do know that there's a slightly magenta tint to the R200 flash. So that means you may have to use some of those color correction if you want that sort of natural daylight or really accurate, you know, 5500 Kelvin white light from the R200 flash. There's also the internal or light grids as well that you're able to purchase. So that means that you can actually remove the front cover here and then attach a fixed grid that you'd be using with the ring flash only. So not with the reflector, but with the ring flash itself. And those are also available in 20, 30, and 40 also. So a bunch of different accessories for the R200. You also have obviously the capability to use all the different lighting modifiers, the umbrella ones from Godox or the parabolic umbrellas. So yeah, just a really great overall system. Now, if you were to, you know, use this with any other sort of larger flash, it'd get a little bit too heavy and a bit too cumbersome to bring on locations. If you've got the AD200Pro or the P2400, which are really large studio flashes, they're a little bit too large just to gain access to the ring flash type lighting. So the ability to have this in a completely portable setup with one of Godox's most popular flashes, you know, a flash that perhaps a lot of you already own, it's great to see this new accessory added to the range from Godox. It means they're continuing to innovate, and it means it's really catering to, you know, the photographer's needs. This is going to be great as an event photography, you know, flash. It's also going to be great for macro. It's going to be great for before and afters, for medical and for dental and things like that. It'll be great for product photography as well, and just going out for portraiture as well. So there's so many uses to this flash. What we'll do is we'll go through and test and show a few, you know, different types of flashes when using the R200, as well as when using just the standard AD200 setup, perhaps using an umbrella, just to see, you know, some differences there and how, you know, the light, you know, hits a subject when using this R200 flash in comparison to other flash heads. So that was just a quick look and unboxing of the brand new Godox R200 ring flash. It's really a neat portable flash from Godox that's compatible with the AD200 and 200 Pro series of lights. Now we've unboxed and reviewed the AD200, so if you want to take a closer look at that one, click the link up above. We've also reviewed the triggers as well, so the trigger system that you need to use with this particular setup for the X1, X2, and X Pro comparison. So if you want to take a closer look at that one, click the link up above. But yeah, that's it from me. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more videos just like this. Hit the notification bell to be updated of any new content we release. Leave a like on the video if it's helped you. Feel free to leave down in the comments section below your thoughts, or if you have any questions about the R200 ring flash. Follow us on socials, the links are down below, and visit our website, hypop.com.au.